In this video, we're going to explore the full story of LIARA'S father, a hot-tempered and quick-witted Asari matriarch named Aethyta. We'll explore information from all three games, reconstructing her background, why she left Benezia, and her eventual reunion with the daughter she never knew. Keep watching to see it all.
Ha! Kick him in the quad! Sorry, my father was a Krogan.
What's up, everyone? Big Dan here. Before we begin, I have a bunch of different Mass Effect Trilogy guides and lore videos on my channel, so if you're interested in seeing more, hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's dive right in. This one's going to be a bit longer than my usual videos, so if you just clicked on this to learn who LIARA'S father is, well, it's in the title, isn't it? We first learn about Dr. T'Soni's father during a conversation on the Normandy in Mass Effect 1. While discussing the intricacies of Asari bonding practices,
So you'll have sex with anything?
Shepard has the opportunity to ask about LIARA'S other parent.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner, though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
How could anyone abandon their own child?
I cannot answer that. This is all speculation on my part. It is possible she wanted to be part of my life, but something happened to her before she had the chance. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon.
LIARA'S speculation about her father leaving Benezia because they conceived a pure-blooded child is an interesting theory. The stigma against purebloods may run a bit deeper than simply feeling that nothing is gained when two Asari bond. As we learned from Samara in Mass Effect 2, pure-blooded Asari are also the only ones who can become Ardat Yakshi, a rare genetic disorder that causes them to kill their mates during bonding.
When the trait manifests at maturity, it is too late for mitigation. It only occurs in purebloods like myself. Perhaps that is the root of the stigma regarding Asari-exclusive pairings. I don't know.
You can run across a few instances of other Asari bad-mouthing purebloods in Mass Effect 2. The first is on Illium.
Yeah, I had to deal with Arinya, though. I feel like I need a shower.
What do you expect? She's a pureblood. They're all like that.
And another is actually directed at LIARA herself during Lair of the Shadow Broker.
I'm guessing she's still got the disc on her.
Good guess. Not that you'll ever see what's on it.
You pureblood bitch!
But would LIARA'S father leave Benezia simply because of this stigma against purebloods? It seems a little simplistic. We need to hear her father's side of the story. Fortunately, we can meet her in Mass Effect 2. When we enter the Eternity Lounge on Illium, we'll discover an Asari tending bar. This is LIARA'S father, but Shepard and the player do not know it at this time. If Conrad Verner is here, we can witness a truly hilarious encounter as the Matriarch's patience with Shepard's biggest fan wears thin.
You're really holding out on me? I'm a man on the edge. I got nothing to lose. I'll do anything to get the job done. I'll go all the way without a second thought. You want to see how far I'll go? I learned how to shove a gun in people's faces from Commander Shepard.
Hey, if you know this idiot, can you rein him in before I slap his ass with a singularity?
Shepard? Is it really you? It's me, Conrad Verner.
Conrad.
Ha! Kick him in the quad! Sorry, my father was a Krogan.
My favorite part is her reaction when Conrad talks about his supposed wife.
Getting the whole getup was pretty expensive, but my wife was really supportive. She even paid for my shuttle fare off-world.
Once Verner is dealt with, we can speak to the Asari and learn more about her.
Thanks for taking care of that crazy guy. Saves me having to beat him to death with his own spine. That makes the other customers nervous. Anyway, this is Eternity, and I'm Aethyta, Asari Matriarch and Bartender. Catch anything?
You're an Asari Matriarch? I thought Matriarchs served as honored advisors.
Right. Which I do here at this bar. I know. Not what you'd expect. But nobody on Thessia wanted to listen to my wise counsel, so here I am. Dad was a Krogan who fought in the Rachni Wars. My mother fought in the Krogan rebellions. I've pretty much seen it all.
Your mother fought in the Krogan rebellions?
I don't know whether she fought. She scouted, sniped a few people, and blew up a couple of space stations. You know, commando stuff. She'd put the old commando leathers on for special nights with Dad. Goddess, that was embarrassing.
You said your father fought in the Rachni Wars.
Yeah, when he was young. Loved showing off his war scars. Krogan think they're sexy. Me, I go for asses. When I was a girl, he'd tell me about landing on this poison-filled world and stomping a Rachni queen into muck. Scientists say all that stuff about us getting genetic material from my father is crap. Seems like I got a bit of his mouth, though.
Aethyta goes on to say that her parents fought to the death after discovering her mother's involvement in putting down the Krogan rebellions. She also gives us some insight into what it's like to live for 1,000 years, before Shepard doubles back to ask how an Asari matriarch became a simple bartender.
Why is a matriarch in a bar serving drinks?
It's better than what most other matriarchs are doing. Look at that screw-up with Saren and his Geth a few years back. All that Asari wisdom got the Destiny Ascension blown to hell, and now you humans are in charge. And I warned him, told people on Thessia what was coming, and they didn't want to hear it.
What didn't they want to hear?
That art and philosophy and political prowess wasn't gonna cut it. We can't go a single Asari lifetime without some big war breaking out. We need to get our daughters working earlier, not spending their wild maiden years stripping or in merc bands. When I started talking about making new mass relays ourselves, they laughed and blew off my ass. So now, I serve drinks.
If her story about why she's tending bar sounds a little far-fetched, that's because it's complete bullshit. The real reason she's on Illium is to spy on LIARA for the Matriarchs. Because of Benezia's alliance with Saren, the Matriarchs want to keep an eye on LIARA to ensure she doesn't follow in her mother's footsteps. We won't discover this fact until Mass Effect 3, although this connection is hinted at during Lair of the Shadow Broker. After taking over the Broker's base on LIARA'S, we can watch a video that shows Aethyta staring at a picture of LIARA. Early in Mass Effect 3, we can speak with LIARA on the Citadel near Apollo's Cafe. If we spoke to Aethyta in Mass Effect 2, then the next time we come back to the Presidium, we'll discover she's now working at the bar here. The player may not recognize her because her character model changed significantly in Mass Effect 3 for reasons that are still unknown to me, but Commander Shepard recognizes her immediately.
Hey, I remember you. Shepard, right? Heard you're fighting the Reapers.
Matriarch Aethyta. You were working on Illium. How'd you end up here?
With the Reapers making noise, I figured it was time to get somewhere safer. So I moved here.
I don't think so. I've seen some video footage of you looking at LIARA.
Yeah. Matriarch Benezia was her mother.
You mean you were her other mother, right?
No, I didn't pop her out. Hell, she's never even met me.
Sorry. If you were human, you'd both be called the mother, regardless of which one gave birth.
Well, I'm not human, am I? Anthropocentric bag of dicks.
LIARA would love to meet you.
Why? Doesn't even know me from a hole in the ground. Benezia ran off before the kid was born. Besides, this isn't charity work. She's one of the biggest intel brokers in the galaxy. And she's got some shady connections. Like a human commander that used to work for Cerberus. Sound Anyway, you combine her work with Benezia and... well, the Matriarchs might have ordered a hit if I hadn't agreed to keep an eye on her.
I bet she'd like to meet you.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Given how friendly she was in Mass Effect 2, this exchange is surprisingly antagonistic. Aethyta must have known about Shepard's ties when we met her on Illium. The only explanation I can think of is that Cerberus wasn't fighting against the Alliance at the time, and despite Cerberus's checkered reputation, they were the only group fighting against the Reapers in Mass Effect 2. The conversation with Aethyta goes a little differently if you are in a relationship with Liara. Let's take a look at that one more time and hit those interrupts as well.
Liara ever tell you about her family? Her mother was Matriarch Benezia, the one who went crazy and joined Saren.
Liara isn't her mother.
Let's hope not. Anyway, she's never met her father. And, well, that was me.
Liara would love to meet you.
Why? She doesn't even know me from a hole in the ground. Benezia ran off before the kid was born. Besides, this isn't charity work. She's one of the biggest intel brokers in the galaxy. And she's got some shady connections. Like a girlfriend who used to work for Cerberus.
I only worked with Cerberus to fight the Reapers.
And you're not with him now, I know. If you were, you wouldn't get within a light year of Liara.
Is that a threat?
I'm no commando, but I've had 1,000 years to learn to fight dirty. Nobody messes with my girl. Anyway, you combine her work with Benezia and... well, the Matriarchs might have...
That's not gonna happen.
No argument here. I only took these crap jobs to keep the Matriarchs happy that she's under control.
Just as long as we're clear. Nobody messes with my girl.
Maybe you're good enough for her after all.
I bet she'd like to meet you.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Afterwards, we can speak to Liara about the Matriarch at the bar, but of course, she's already figured out what's going on.
That bartender over there?
The Matriarch hired by the Asari government to track my movements?
She's your father.
I know.
I never get to surprise you with anything.
I'm a very good information broker.
And you haven't talked to her about spying on you?
If I did that, they might send someone who wasn't as sympathetic to me. Besides, this is hardly the time for family reunions.
Just making sure you knew.
Thank you, Shepard. I appreciate it.
If we don't encourage Liara to speak with her father, that's the end of the conversation. If we try to speak with Aethyta or Liara about it, nothing happens. But that's super boring, so let's make Liara speak with her instead.
She's your father.
I know.
You know.
I'm a very good information broker.
And you haven't talked to her about spying on you?
If I did that, they might send someone who wasn't as sympathetic to me. Besides, this is hardly the time for family reunions.
Liara.
Oh, fine.
Liara goes over to the bar and we can listen in on her conversation with her dad.
Come on. Can't blame the Matriarchs for keeping an eye on you.
I am not my mother.
You did threaten to flay someone alive with your mind.
I had to make them take me seriously. I wasn't going to actually do it. And you bugged my office on Illium.
That'd be the logical conclusion. Yeah. The Matriarchs aren't gonna do anything to you. Especially in the middle of this damn war.
My reports don't show much activity from the Asari military against the Reapers.
Come on. You know how Asari work. Infiltration and sabotage.
But against Reaper forces, that's...
I know. About as useful as tits on a hen are. Good thing we've got the Turians and the Krogan to do the heavy lifting. Our people just aren't built for the front ranks.
Liara is surprised and taken aback to learn she's 1/4 Krogan, a fact which Aethyta hilariously rubs in.
So, yeah. My dad was a Krogan.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
So, that makes you a quarter Krogan.
That's not how it works.
I'm 1,000 years old. I've had kids with Hanar. Don't tell me how Asari reproduction works.
Wait, I have a half-sister who's part Hanar.
I thought that wasn't how it worked. All I'm saying is if you feel the urge to headbutt something, it's genetic.
I have never wanted to headbutt anything.
Really? Not even a little bit? Come on.
I do not headbutt people.
All right, fine. Don't go all blood rage on me.
Or what? You'll tell the other matriarchs to order a hit.
Hey, that's not gonna happen.
Aethyta will also tease Liara about her love life. This dialogue will be different depending on whether or not Shepard is in a relationship with Liara.
It was pretty clear she was leaving. Can't be the wise counselor when you're married.
Why not?
Sex appeal. Most species only pay attention if they want to have sex with you. So, you have to be available, mysterious.
What? That's not true. Shepard listens to me.
And you're single, aren't you?
You think Shepard is... No. No.
Most species only pay attention if they want to have sex with you. So, you have to be available, mysterious.
What? That's not true. Shepard listens to me.
And how many times have you thrown her on the bed and peeled her out of her uniform?
Do you have to make it sound so tawdry?
If it's all civilized, you're not doing it right.
Liara is shaken by Aethyta's mention of Little Wing.
I made her promise to let you go your own way, though. No matter what she wanted.
Really?
I knew you'd be special, kid. Any daughter of hers. I told her, you're treating her like a baby bird, Nezzy. She's gonna raise one hell of a storm with those little wings.
Little Wing?
You okay?
Yes. Thanks.
This was a nickname that Benezia called her, as you may remember if you brought Liara to Noveria in Mass Effect 1.
Mother! Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn.
The topic naturally shifts to Benezia. Aethyta is shocked to discover the true circumstances of Benezia's downfall.
Better to remember her like this than as whatever she turned into with that Saren bastard.
It wasn't her fault. She was trying to stop Saren, guide him as a force of good. But she was indoctrinated.
Look, I heard stories about the Reapers messing with your head.
They're more than stories. I've seen it. Every Cerberus soldier is a Reaper slave. She fought it with every fiber of her being. She even broke free and helped Shepard on Noveria before she died. I was there. She said I'd made her proud.
All this time, I blame Nezzy for it. 1,000 years old and I still don't know crap. Thanks for telling me.
Liara and Aethyta also discuss why her relationship with Benezia fell apart, seemingly due to different political outlooks and a lack of communication.
Nezzy and I were together for more than a century.
You loved her?
Of course I loved her. She was so smart. Always thinking. Nice, too. Hell of a lot nicer than I am. And damn, that rack. I mean, even before she hit the Matriarch stage.
You don't need to tell me everything.
Nezzy was the only one who ever listened to me when I said the Asari were stuck in the past. Only difference was I wanted us to stand on our own. She wanted alliances with the other species.
Is that why?
Why it ended? Nah. Well, maybe. I don't know. Mostly it ended because she wanted to solve things a smart way. I wanted to fight.
Those aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah. I hear you've racked up quite a body count. But then, you are a quarter Krogan.
Now you're doing it on purpose.
It's difficult to piece everything together definitively without hearing Benezia's side of the story, which for obvious reasons we cannot do, but given that things are somewhat unclear even to Aethyta, lack of communication was a definite problem. You may have noticed when you encouraged Liara to talk to Aethyta, there is a war asset notification for the Asari 2nd Fleet. Aethyta will offer Asari Commandos as a gift to her daughter.
Just take care of yourself out there. Okay, kid?
I will, Dad.
Hey. I've called a few friends. Commandos. Eclipse girls who owe me some favors. They're all yours. Just tell them where to go.
You're giving me Asari Commandos?
Well, you're too old for me to buy you a damn pony.
You're the best father a girl could wish for.
At this point in the game, you can't actually see it in the list, but Aethyta's gift of Asari Commandos boosts the 2nd Fleet's score by 25 points. The update reads, a group of Asari mercenaries, sent by a matriarch friend of the commander, have volunteered their services. They'll ride with the 2nd Fleet, deploying to combat zones as required. After Priority the Citadel 2, Matriarch Aethyta can no longer be found on the Citadel, and Liara will be hanging out on the other side of the Presidium. It is implied that Aethyta began taking a more active role in the Asari war effort, which is likely why she left the Citadel. Her name will be dropped in a couple of side quests. If you recover the Library of Asha and bring it to the Asari soldier in Purgatory, you can hear this conversation.
Yes, make it required reading. Light from the shadows, path to the Justicar, all of it. I have Matriarch Aethyta's backing on this. I want every Asari maiden thinking with the mind of a huntress.
If you give biotic amp schematics to this Asari in Huerta Memorial Hospital, she mentions Aethyta specifically.
Tell Matriarch Aethyta that our huntresses should have the upgrades waiting for them on their next shore leave. No, they were very easy to scale. The humans made some amazing breakthroughs.
Now, I had considered the possibility that something bad happened to Aethyta during the Cerberus coup attempt, but based on these other clues, I think we can rule that out. I believe she joined the war effort. So there you have it, the full story of Matriarch Aethyta, Liara T'Soni's estranged father. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Mass Effect and RPG videos. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.
Ha! Kick him in the quad! Sorry, my father was a Krogan.